I'm already recording. You want me to hit the intro, or do you just want?
I need it for the vibe.
You need it for the vibe.
We need it on
you
the
always
overhead.
need the intro for the vibe.
We need it on the overhead so that they can hear it too.
Huh? What?
How about this? I got an idea.
Yeah, tell me.
Let's just get our gimmick, and then when she comes in, we hit it.
Okay.
You like that?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
And I want to take some responsibility for this.
Okay.
We've been talking about the shows that we've been shooting. We're shooting 2 a week now. And
it's been a lot.
And this has been on the calendar for a while.
Yeah, it's been on for a while.
And you called me about 2 hours ago saying, hey, I'm on my way. On my way to what?
Well, of course, I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm at the studio, but I'm about to leave. I'm like, what do you mean you're about to leave? What do you mean you're about to go home? Remember, we have something at 4:30.
Sweating, drenched sweat,
for weeks. Yeah, so you had to run out to the store and buy all new clothes because
actually I went to Walmart and bought some joggers. But I wanted to do that.
I'm glad you got some nice joggers for our guests.
They're sick. They
look great.
Sweatpants, not a good idea. Milk was a bad choice. No, but here's my thing. It's not that I forgot about it. I just misplaced it in my mind. But now that it's there, I completely
It seems like that's a
remember.
constant issue with you, though, is misplacing things in your mind.
Yeah, but you know what? It always ends up the way it's got to be.
Yeah, I guess so.
But anyway, we're super excited to have a guest on. It's been a minute since we've had a guest.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this guest. We've been talking for a while. Finally, she's here, so this is exciting.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, I mean, should we wait any further, or should we just jump into it?
Let's jump into it.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the What's Good Tampa Show. What's Good Tampa Show. This is where we talk about all things Tampa Bay and beyond. Coming to you from the Gimmick in Ybor City. Here's your hosts, Austin and Sean.
There it is. Did that get you pumped up, Sean?
Dude, it's what I need sometimes.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Is it good for you?
I'm excited. It was as good for me as it was for you, I hope.
Well, awesome. Well, McKinzie, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so pumped you're here. Like I said, it's been a while in the making, I feel, right?
I think at least a month or two.
A month or two, yeah. But you and I have been talking on Instagram for probably it feels like 2 years.
Is there an origin story here? Like, were you guys both
I would say talking on Instagram, like through my Tampa's Life channel is how we originally met.
And I was very impressed with that. You guys, well, first of all, the show was so much fun.
Thank you so
kill
much.
it every time. And then I got with Austin because I go back and forth between Indy and Tampa.
Yeah.
And I was like really impressed with all the things you're doing. And then we just started talking about content and creation.
Yeah,
and all
totally,
things.
totally. So what brings you to Tampa? I know you were talking about.
Well, before that, let's go a little bit more on you. What do you enjoy about the Tampa's Life pod? Because I feel like we don't talk about his stuff enough.
Yeah.
But like, what do you like about his stuff? When you watch it, do you feel like he's giving you an honest depiction of how he feels about the food? Because I think he does a good job.
Absolutely. Because I want to know where to go. Like when I come into town, it's like a bada bing bada. It's like wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I want to know where to eat, what's good, what's not. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my money. And you do a phenomenal job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that very much.
And he has a lot of people reach out, and he has a very big following, and I think he's done great as well. And I've made sure in the last 2.5 years of working with him to make sure that he's always going to be honest. I don't want to hear some bullshit where you're telling me it's good and it sucks. Yes,
and
exactly.
I feel like I've done pretty good.
And now you've been actually calling people out and like about shady food, which is good. That's steps in the right direction.
Calm down. I'm not
okay, so how do you tell someone that their stuff is not good in a polite, nice way?
Typically, he brings it up here, and I say,
do you say that? Or do you give the old that's interesting?
You know what? I'm kind of just straight up about it now. I just kind of say, I don't recommend it. I mean, that's just how I say it. I don't recommend it.
Hey, I did go to a new spot, you guys. A hot spot.
The Pearl.
The Pearl.
Tell us about it.
I was checking it out. It's like St. Pete area.
Yes.
It is. And I'm not BSing. It is phenomenal. It is delicious. Everything from the cocktails to the apps to the pie at the end.
Wow.
Definitely recommend it.
Have you been there, Austin?
So the Pearl, are you in downtown Tampa?
Uh-huh.
See, this is kind of
because I think you just did this, didn't you?
I just did a video.
Oh, this is great.
You didn't like it?
I crapped all over.
Oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Amazing.
What did you not like about it?
Well, I mean, I just didn't think it was that good. I mean,
what did you order?
Okay, so we started with the chicken sandwich is what I got, and that's what she recommended. The waitress recommended. I said, "What do you recommend?" She said the chicken sandwich. That's what I
had. Whitney with blue hair. I don't know who, but she was awesome.
I think her name was Stephanie, maybe.
Okay, so you had chicken sandwich.
I had a chicken sandwich. It was dry. It was not very good, and I was honest about it. And then I forget what drink I got, but that wasn't very impressive either. And I felt it was kind of high priced, not a lot of food, and it wasn't that great. And it's funny because when I made that video, the number one comments I was getting was, I totally agree. I don't like that place.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's good to hear another perspective. Because
it's good to know in Indy everything sucks.
Well,
Even our worst places are awesome.
The other criticism that I got, though, at least, was that I tried the wrong thing. You know, a lot of people were saying, "Well, you shouldn't have got that."
Did you see the deviled eggs come out with the little like hen, like the little chicken?
No,
and
I
everything?
did not see that.
Okay, so those are phenomenal.
Okay.
I got oysters, and I'm a huge fan of Blue Point oysters because I like them big. I like them, really succulent. And then I had a muddled grape mojito. I love like a really good blueberry mojito.
Okay, nice.
Then I had a good chicken salad, and then I got this like brown sugar pie.
Ooh,
This girl
that
can eat.
sounds
People are
good.
like, yeah, I do. I love to like nibble and eat a lot of things, and it was delicious. I had a great
it is an
experience,
oyster
though.
bar, so probably
Yes.
getting oysters.
Shout out to the
correct
Black
thing to do.
Pearl. I mean, here we go.
The pearl. It's
just the pearl.
Yeah, the pearl. The pearl.
No, the Black Pearl, Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp's bow. I was trying to be
that's
funny.
it.
Sorry,
Again,
comedy.
didn't work. It just didn't work. That's why you just run a comedy club. You're not
And
a
I
comedian.
don't go. Yeah, no. Maybe I'll go up on stage tonight. Fuck it.
Let's see it. Stick around.
But that is how we met originally.
Yes,
and actually,
okay.
I got the idea to go there from you.
Oh,
But I
nice.
liked it.
But
So
you liked
thank
it.
you, Austin.
Yeah, my
Yes.
pleasure. See, even my
Yes.
bad reviews get people to go there. You never know.
Well, that's
You
the
never
thing.
know.
Your bad reviews aren't really that bad. You're like, well, it's okay. Maybe they're not thinking it's awful. But then she went, had a great time. So the
Yeah.
Pearl's like, hey, we'll get you another free lunch to come in and do it again.
There you go.
Maybe
A new
so.
experience.
Ask
Maybe
for blue
so.
hair when you get there.
Maybe so.
Yeah, ask for Whitney.
Ask for Whitney.
Ask for
Okay,
Whitney.
Whitney's the person to
It
go
was
to.
great.
So McKinzie, let's get back on you. So
Okay.
so you're here in Tampa. You were telling me a little bit about why you're here. Are you kind of scoping the area, where to live? You want to live here?
I love Tampa. I've always been coming back and forth. So I'm a news anchor, a radio personality. I have a podcast as well. So I love all things media, and I do spokeswoman work. So
Sweet.
I sell cars, and so I'm that girl.
Tampa
right now.
needs you then. Tampa
So
needs you. Lots of cars for
You're
sale.
like the hot girl on the like Kia commercials or things like
so
that.
Right now I do. Newport Richie just opened up Ken Ganley Kia. So I want
wow.
to see ya in a Ken Ganley Kia and tell him McKinzie sent you.
I like it.
Wow.
So that's what I'm doing. But so I was a news anchor in Indy, and that's a lot of fun.
Okay.
And then I've done some guest work WFLA down here,
Okay.
and I love that. So right now I'm a free agent. So I can go wherever, do whatever. So it's an exciting time in my life.
Really?
So I've been traveling a whole bunch because I never have the luxury of doing that.
That's
Wow,
amazing.
good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. And so when did you get started doing kind of the entertainment business or in radio and TV and all that
This
stuff?
is a pretty cool story. So literally, this doesn't happen often, but a lot of people just say, when you're young.
Yeah.
I was literally 11 years old. I was in 5th grade. And my dad took me to our local ABC affiliate. And I was just enamored with like the news anchors and the breaking news and the set. And I got to sit and I got to read the prompter. And that's when I became obsessed with the news, obsessed with entertainment. And ever since then, I did whatever I could do. I did weekends. I interned
That's
for
awesome.
free. I got
Wow.
4 in the morning. I did everything. And I like, it's really interesting to me because a lot of people that do radio and television, I feel like they go hand in hand because you can be more than a talking head, if you will. If your prompter goes down, radio, you're very
Sure.
impromptu. You're talking. I've done
Sure.
many shows like 5 hours a day.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
then for
good point.
television, it's more fun. People can see you. I mean, I screwed up a million times on TV. Let's be real. You guys never screw up on this show. do you?
I get this guy. No, but that's funny that you were saying that too. The origin story of like what we usually do. It's really cool when at 11 years old, that's what you want to do, and it's that you're still doing it. See, like Austin, when he was 11 years old, he was jumping off the top
here he
rope,
goes.
suplexing his body pillows because he wanted to be a professional wrestler. Now, when that faded out and he got into the marketing, he decided he just maybe didn't have the gimmick. He actually wore a woman's blouse as a shirt and spandex. Now he might have looked pretty good in it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
look
really
great.
want to see pictures of this.
I mean,
Well, I
all the
have
dudes,
them.
he
I
was
have
like
them.
the favorite of the dudes in the crowd. But like, here's the thing. It's cool that you got to experience that
Yeah.
and then got to go do
This
things to
whole
make
thing
real
is
money.
about McKinzie not making
Well,
fun
it's
of me.
awesome that
That's what we're here
it's
for.
awesome that she started
I love
where
this
she
story,
loved.
though.
Yeah.
What was your wrestling name?
Austin Amadeus was my name. You can YouTube it. You'll find it out there. It's true.
I love that.
It's true.
It was pretty cool,
I
sort
think
of.
of a wrestling name.
Yeah, you need a wrestling name for sure.
A diva name, if you
Yes,
will.
yes.
Yes.
That'd be really
So
cool.
that's awesome that you knew that at such a young age, and you're perfect for it. You have such a high energy personality,
thank
beautiful,
you.
very fun to
Thank
be
you.
around.
I have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So now that you're a free agent, do you have your eye on something that you want to do next, or
Ooh.
is it kind of
I
just
think
up
it'd
in
be
the air?
so much fun to do a travel show. I've always, I don't know, do you
Ooh.
remember back in the day on E, Wild On? Do you guys
Wild
remember
On.
that?
Oh, of course. I
They
do.
need to- I would love to bring bring that back and host a show like that, or just something so much fun, like food entailed travel. I love the news game, but I don't know, I love entertainment, I love lifestyle, fashion, fitness, those type of things too.
Didn't Bert Kreischer do that on Travel Channel? He did like
did something on there.
Bert's, like he went to all over the world, and they would, hey, go skydiving, or hey, do this. But Wild On was pretty sweet because you're like on location, but they still church it up a little bit, make it look clean and cool.
Right.
But yeah, that's a cool idea.
So that would be incredible. So that's like my dream gig. So we shall see. I don't know. It's exciting. I've been traveling a lot. By the way, on my way here, I have a little pickle. And I have a bone to pick.
Austin understands.
Oh, no, tell me. Oh, my gosh, dude.
He's blushing. He's blushing.
You're embarrassing.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When you can only have a 50-pound bag limit,
Yeah.
okay? I rock up to the counter.
When it's over.
51 pounds.
No, when
51.
it's
It's
over.
not 53, not 54.
51.
The lady literally makes me, or it's $100, go and undo my bag. Now, are you guys like rules, or do you think like, come on, man, just to be cool?
I mean, take a look around. Rules aren't rules.
Yeah. That 1 pound isn't taking the plane down.
That
Like, what
really
is
chaps
it? Really
my
that?
ass.
Yeah,
I have
that's.
to say that. That really upsets me because I'm like, dude, and they had 40 people in line. Like, I was like, are you serious? I'm taking out like slippers and jeans and stuff.
That happened to me
I'm like,
once
be
too in the
cool.
golf, but I got it down to like 52, and the guy's like, "All right, you're good." It was
See,
like
cool.
56.
Yeah, he was chill.
I'm like,
He was
dude,
chill.
my whole bag is like packed on my back now. What am I gonna do? But yeah, here's the other thing too, though. It gets into the situation where she feels this, power that she's got to tell you what to do.
Power thing.
Like, so for her, it's like, listen, if I'm gonna get paid $15 an hour to do this horseshit job, at least I get to scold you.
I
That's
get
where
it.
I think.
So,
I
or did you have to
understand
get on the plane wearing like 3 pairs of pants and
so I
t-shirts?
shoved all my bag, my carry-ons, like, but,
Yeah,
it just
geez.
it makes me laugh because I'm like every single time. But I've tried to be under. But anyway, thanks for letting me get that off my
well,
chest.
Travel
I
Channel,
don't
that would
blame
be
you. That
so
would annoy
cool.
me.
That's a cool idea for a show.
Yeah.
Austin, not to get back to Austin, but one of his
word.
dreams, and it's true, and again, it's going to be another true story, is he and I would like to come in with him, and we've actually really talked about this, and I want to get your 2 cents because you've seen a lot, and you can tell us how this would work for a TV show, I think, even as well. But he wants to do a touring company, and he's talked about this for the last 2 years. Am I right?
Yeah, kind of. I think you're right.
Yes. So he wants to do a touring
I'm
company,
gonna see how the rest of this goes.
yeah.
I'm here for it.
No. So I love that. It's like, he's a Tampa guy. He wants to bring them to the restaurants or bring them to this thing or explain. But then I was like, well, I see these golf cart tours or these walking ghost tours and all these tours. And Ebor and I said, like, let's get a golf cart, like one of those 8-person golf carts. You can drive, and I'll announce. And if you've seen The Breakup, I picture like Vince Vaughn, and I want to
Such a
go
great
around
movie.
and I want to start pointing at like, and this is where they killed the children, and this is where they killed people, and this is where they shot the Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
No clue that any of it happened. I want to make it up as I go, and every tour is different. Now, and then maybe you could do like you can get the wild ride, or you can get the Austin ride. You know what I mean?
This.
You want to tuck your shirt in and wear a tight shirt as a guy? You go and listen to the Austin gimmick. You want to let it all hang out and have some fun? I'll let you know what really went down in the city.
I like that you're just making up facts. Like, this is
Randomly.
where Danny DeVito discovered he was going to make the movie Twins with Schwarzenegger.
Exactly.
I like
This
just
is-
randomness.
This is where they drew the cartoon for Sword in the Stone.
Speaking of, you guys, I've seen all the movies because it was a big box office weekend last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
For Barbie versus Oppenheimer. Have you guys seen either
Hell
film?
no.
No, I mean, gosh,
I know.
you can't not see the hype of Barbie right now. I mean,
Right.
everywhere you turn your head, Barbie, Barbie, Barbie right now.
Can I
which is
tell you
wild.
something?
Huh. Tell me.
Terrible.
2 out of 10.
Oh, I can
Oh,
tell you
wow.
it's terrible.
2 out of 10. And I'm
Wow.
not. And I love movies. And I'm a Barbie girl. I grew up in a Barbie world.
Yeah.
I was so hyped.
But the 90s Barbie world sounds, I would think that's way cooler.
I heard it was
They really churched it up. I heard it's super woke. They have to get weird with it. Now, woke could be cool, but I'm just saying it's like they're trying too hard
Yes.
to do this thing.
I heard it was
Yes.
like deep or something.
Well, it was just too much. Like, Ryan Gosling, in my opinion, saved the film because he's hot, he's funny, he's laughing all the way to the bank. I mean, he
Heck
did this
yeah.
film because
Is that
he's just
Brokeback
making.
Mountain gimmick?
Is he? Is he?
Is Ryan Gosling a Brokeback Mountain?
No, he's the Notebook.
Oh, no,
Yes.
that's right. That's
No
right.
clue.
Never,
Ryan
another show I
Gosling.
never see.
Phenomenal. And then Kate McKinnon of SNL, she was in the woman version of Ghostbusters. She was weird Barbie, where like all of us girls, when you're little, you have one Barbie, you cut their hair and you
Oh,
make them all
sure.
weird.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
she
yeah.
was funny. She's actually super funny, but they tried too hard. They had all these agendas, and it's like just make
Just
it
have
fun.
a movie. Make it funny.
Wow,
No.
so 2
Yeah.
out of 10.
I think 2 out
That
of
is
10.
low.
A 2 out of
Wow,
10. I hate
wow.
to say it was fun visually, but other than that, save your money. Save your money.
movie
But it's
reviews
killing it
right
at the
here.
box office. Oppenheimer, however,
Yeah.
blew me away. 3 hours long. So you
Wow.
have to
Worth
be
it.
dedicated. I would say not terrible, but again, a little not great. I was kind of
really?
like, I don't know, in the middle of it. And I kept, it's when you don't want to be in a 3-hour movie where you're like, is this over
it's
yet?
just almost
You know what I
over,
mean?
yeah,
It's that type
for
of thing.
sure.
Too long.
Too
Too many
long.
names. The acting was incredible. I'll give it that. It's gonna
Okay.
get awards. So I'm glad I saw it, but I would never see it again.
Well, you know, in
Wow.
1999, you just had 10 or 12 movies of the year that were all just blast off
Yes,
awesome.
Yeah.
that's
You know,
true.
I graduated high school in 1999, and it's like I get out of high school, and it's like the coolest movies every summer. There's 6 or 7 good ones, but now with the writer's strike, maybe they're striking because they know they suck. All these movies
And they
coming
keep
out
trying
are
to
horrible.
remake our stuff.
Yeah,
like from back
Yeah,
in the day.
totally.
Exactly.
That's like the whole thing now. Just
Yeah.
everyone's remaking movies. There's like no original ideas
I
anymore.
heard they're coming out with a new Batman next month.
Probably.
Oh my! I was like, but I will say Indiana Jones was good.
I didn't see it.
really
I
enjoyed
should
that.
because
You
I'm
should
into
see it.
Indiana Jones from back in the day. Then he did the Crystal Skull, and I was like, here we go. But like Temple of Doom, and like, but now here's the crazy thing: if you really watch those again, they can't make those movies anymore for
know.
crazy nothingness.
I think one of the best, like short round, best nicknames ever. And yeah, it was so
Yeah.
cool. Like that's my favorite
Oh,
Indiana
yeah.
Jones. But we had the best films. We did. Yeah.
We totally did. Let
We
me
did.
ask you a random question.
Okay.
Because I know, like, I guess it was WFLA, maybe
Yeah.
it was, but when you were doing kind of like the Hollywood reporting,
Yeah.
right? What was kind of like maybe your favorite celebrity you've met or interviewed or something like that? I feel like I saw a picture with you and Bob Saget. Maybe
Oh my
is that true?
gosh, Bob
Do I have that right?
Saget. Oh yes.
And which I was a big fan of Bob Saget's stand-up. I thought he was really funny.
Right before he passed, I got to interview him, and he was so warm and so kind. And like back in the day, his comedy, I'm sure you know, was a little
Raunchy.
right?
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, that's not the dad we know from TV.
Exactly.
But he found this new beautiful wife, and his girls are like in their 30s, his daughters. And so he comes on my show, my television show, and he was so warm and so cool and just the nicest guy. It's like he kind of like just wanted to live and like do well in the world. And then he invited me to his show. Everybody, like the staff, we got to go see his comedy act.
Oh,
and it was
cool.
hilarious because he's like, I want to get your take on this too. Being in comedy, he was
Correct.
like, the cancel culture, because
Yeah.
he would say something, he's like canceled, and then he'd
Yeah.
later he'd be like, all right, I'm back. You
And
know?
now, what year was that?
Well, it was the year he passed, so it might have just been
Okay,
2
so
years ago.
I was
or
gonna
last
say
year?
cancel. It's so funny when these guys say cancel because I mean I'm in comedy because I give a space for comics to do that, but this is the gimmick and no one's canceled because I mean you're allowed to say whatever you want and feel however you want. People can not choose not to listen to it or whatever, but like I'm not gonna like, hey, listen, you come out and just go balls to the wall.
Right.
I don't care what happens.
Right. I mean, Bob Saget was just a great guy, so
Yeah.
he is one of my favorites.
One of my favorite shows he hosted.
Yeah. Oh.
America's Funniest Home
Oh,
Videos.
yeah,
But
I mean,
it's
that's
on
the best.
videos.
Yeah,
It's
great
like
show.
classic. I have
Classic.
so many crazy stories. I loved Miley Cyrus because she's like just real and she's like super young, but you feel like you're talking to like a really like older person. I like country stars. I like country music. I hated country music before I went out west and hosted a country morning show, and I fell in love
That'll
because
change
they're
your
so
perspective.
cool.
Yeah.
Like Garth Brooks, he shows up, no posse, no entourage. She's like, hey, they're just so down home and awesome.
Oh,
and
for
I
sure.
discovered that. And I wasn't even a fan of the music before. I have funny stories like Janet Jackson. She was like so awesome.
met Janet
Like,
Jackson?
but I couldn't
Mel
hear a
Fon-
word she
did-
was saying. I was like, I know I wear headphones and
Oh,
but she was a doll, but I couldn't. Like, it's just funny nuances like that I've experienced. It's just very interesting. Or some people you expect to be cool aren't that cool,
Yeah.
and then the people you think are just really fun.
Well,
Heck
that was
yeah.
that was going to be my follow up. What's the people that maybe, and you don't have to say names, I guess, but maybe you should. Who did you maybe not have the best experience with, or someone that was a hard time, difficult to interview, difficult to talk to?
Before Austin.
Before you met me.
You guys. No, I would say honestly, just reality stars.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
only because they think they're like, real. Like when you interview like a Tom Hanks and then you interview a reality star. I mean, it's just honestly, it's just not the same. But when they
Sure.
act more diva-like than
Yeah,
an
they
actual
think
Tom
they're
Cruise,
big,
or it's just like, huh, what?
Like, come
You
on,
know?
Snooki.
Yeah. And I have had, I will say, she's been in the news lately. Ariana Grande, she was one of my first interviews at the Grammys backstage, and she was very particular. And a lot of people are like this, but like we could only film from her good side, and I had to stand on a certain
Oh.
side. It was very or you got yanked. And here's what I really hate is they don't let you ask questions you want to ask.
Of course
Really?
not.
So
Of course
like
not.
I hate that because you feel so people want you to
controlled, yeah.
ask the question that's hot, and then they were like, oh, we will pull. It's our people will pull them if you ask that question.
Oh, really?
Back before Howard Stern was, he didn't go crazy. Back in the early, I listen to it still to this day. In the early '90s, late '90s, even to 2000, they would send people out to those shows and ask the wrong questions like, hey, I heard you had a threesome last night. And like that, the celebrities like, get away from me. Like, but it's all for fun. It's
all for
satire.
fun.
This is what we do. This is why we have bad movies now. But I think there's a resurgence because what I think's happening is, and this is just my 2 cents, I think it's becoming easier to do full-length feature films. It's not just your Sundance anymore. And I think that these comics or these writers that like got kicked out of Hollywood anyway are just like, fuck it. You want me to direct something? I'm not going to make as much as I did. Sponsorships aren't going to be there, but who cares? Let's make something good. And you can get these crazy comedies that we can just get out on YouTube or get out on Netflix or get out somewhere else. And that's cool. I mean, Sandler did it for a long time. He gets to walk the edge because he kind of gets to live in both worlds.
Yeah.
I've actually met Sandler a couple times. He's a big basketball player. And I worked at LA Fitness a long time ago. And when I was in Georgia, and he would just show up with like 3 or 4 guys and play. But it's funny that he gets to walk the line because he's been in it. But also, they're like, he's on the fringe of it, but he doesn't make us too mad.
Right, exactly.
So,
and he puts all his buddies in his films. It's
yes,
so cool.
it's the best.
Wouldn't that be the best? And I want to say Ariana Grande is awesome. Sometimes when I interview those people though, like of her, or like One Direction when they were a thing, and Harry Styles, or like
they were a thing
the
for a
Swifties
minute.
or Demi Lovato's fans or Selena Gomez fans, they are so intense that if you ask anything, their fans are like crazy, like they get crazy. You know, so you're
Big
almost
time.
you're almost scared to like not scared, but you don't want to like deal with it.
And the problem is, too, Taylor Swift wasn't that way when she was up on the rising. They always forget where they came from, you know?
But honestly, I love Taylor. I think Taylor is
No,
awesome.
she sold out 3 shows here, and she's
incredible.
$150,000 to like charity on her 3rd
and she
show.
writes
that they
handwritten thank you notes,
Yeah, it's
which
awesome.
is rare, which is really rare.
Really?
Or
That
she
is
pays somebody
rare,
to write them for her, but who knows? I mean, she says she does. We believe her.
Let's just believe it.
I want to know. I hope she finds somebody amazing because I
Yeah.
feel like she just deserves a great guy.
Yep.
You know what I
well,
mean?
I'm right
By the
here.
way, okay. Okay. I want to ask you guys a few questions
Too
about
tall for you,
Tampa.
but-
Okay. Let me. Since you guys are like everything about this area.
Well.
Okay. I want to ask you some questions. Where's the best place in your opinion for a first date?
Ooh, first date.
Like the awkwardness, because I love to watch people when I was at the Pearl.
Yeah.
There was this couple, and I'm trying to decipher: are they on like their 3rd date, 4th date, or is it
Yeah.
a first date? They were sharing a cocktail.
I'm gonna be
2
honest.
straws.
Yeah.
I've been married now for quite a long time, 8 years, and our first date was at a diner, which I love. But in Tampa, I think I would promote a first date. Awesome. You got to go. There's a killer small comedy club right in the center of Ybor. It's called The Gimmick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, they do a 10:30
Smart man.
show.
Can't stop
This
Plug
is
himself.
where
He's got to plug himself.
I'm just telling you,
all
this
the
is
time.
the best first date there is.
Okay, you really think so?
I really do.
Well, you can see if someone's funny if they have a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I
and
will
it's
say it's not-
chill. You've been here.
I will say it's not a bad date situation to go
Hell
to a
no.
comedy show. That
Right.
can be fun.
Right.
But I would say, good first date, in my opinion, would be like starting down at the convention center, which is near the Pearl, kind of
Okay.
like where you're
Yes.
at down there, and then hopping on the pirate water taxi, and then taking the water
he's
taxi.
taking us
Getting
all night.
hammered.
Yeah, it's a full
Okay.
night. It's a
Ooh,
full night.
Okay.
Taking you down the water taxi, getting the views of the city down the water, nice slow ride, and then you pull up to Armature Works at the end. I don't know if you've been to Armature Works
No,
yet.
I have not.
Another cool place to check out while you're here. But they have
Stagger out.
They have several fancy restaurants there at Armature Works, so I would just go into one of those.
Okay.
Like Steelbach, for example, is a nice one. Or they have Embert on the top, which has nice views of down the river. You can watch the skyline, watch the sunset happen. I would say that would probably be the perfect date night.
And then how do you end your first date? What if you really like them? First kiss?
yeah,
Be
sure,
honest.
why not? Yeah, right at sunset, right out there.
No, but that is a cool idea. We've said that actually. We've talked about this in the pod. And being the Tampa is life and the all-knowing in Tampa. He does, like he said, Riverwalk, going Armature. Like that's
or
your
just
gimmick.
walking down like Riverwalk is really nice.
Yeah.
Riverwalk again, nice views of the city.
Are you a
It's nice,
sunset gimmick?
colorful.
Oh, I love sunset. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
a good sunset everywhere I go.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like to sunset.
That's a good-
I'm actually one of the. I'm a nerd. Like I'll look at I'm like, okay, sunset's at 6:57. We gotta make it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
where
totally.
you might not want to say. Where's the worst place in Tampa? Like where would you never go again that you've been?
Oh, shit.
man, Ybor City.
Yeah, no, which part? No, actually, Ybor, he says that, but we actually had a night out.
We've had some fun times in
and
Ybor.
it was just this last Tuesday. It was a very good time. Just going. I've really never. It's been a long time since we just bar hopped, but there's a lot of cool places. None of them are big corporations. They're all small, independently
Very
owned.
cool, very
But
cool.
worst place, I want to think now. What do you think's the worst place? You've been to a ton of them. Other than I'll tell you where the worst place to lunch is to go.
Where?
Capital Tacos.
Oh, why?
It's just terrible. Like it's just not. It's cool
He's got
gimmick
this
when you walk
vendetta.
inside. But he actually took me
not
on.
that bad.
No, what happened was
that bad.
what happened was he took me on
Two
one.
out of 10. What do you give it?
Oh, that was. I think I gave it a 2.5
Like
out of 10.
Like the Barbie movie. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, continue.
But no, so he actually took me on one of his Tampa's Life taste tests to lunch.
Ooh, that's fun.
Mistake. He's never asked me back. I've never,
What
because
a
I'm being
time.
honest, dead honest. But no, to be honest with you, Capital Tacos, they had an Asian zing type burrito.
It was like a Mr. Miyagi taco, they called it.
And I just was like, what
I
are we
like the
doing
name.
here?
I
Yeah.
appreciate- I love
Yeah, that's
Mr.
cool.
Miyagi.
I love the Karate Kid, but like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? This is like, where's the beef? Where's the cheese? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you didn't think it was that
Worst
I
bad?
didn't think it was that bad. I
Okay.
mean,
You know, so-
he just wanted to make it extra bad. And for me, you know, we were talking about earlier, like bad food reviews and things like
Yeah.
that I do. Now, if they invite me to a place, I will be less harsh because they invited
free.
me in,
Right.
you know. And
I
everything.
get
But
it.
if I go on my own and I pay for everything myself, then I'm just letting them have it if I don't like it. You know?
Should
So-
I say a bad place I went or not?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
hell
I feel
yeah.
bad.
Watch,
No,
we're
don't.
gonna like it, just like the pearl
I'm
you
telling
love.
people appreciate the honesty.
Okay,
They really
I went
do. That's
to.
what
I was like, okay, arrived in town. I've been up. This is yesterday, 4 in the morning. I'm tired. I'm like,
Ooh.
I'm starving. I love breakfast food. So I'm like, well, where's a good breakfast? I'm in Largo. I went to Kiki's, K-E-K-E.
Oh, yeah, I know Kiki's.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a bunch. Yeah.
It was. It's a chain. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
oh, yeah, it's a
It
chain.
was horrific, and
Yeah.
I felt very bad. The hostess was lovely. Our waitress was great, but like the food was awful. I
Oh,
mean,
no.
the bacon. I actually took a picture.
Should've went
It
to
was so
Waffle
bad.
House.
I literally. I should. Denny's. Anything would have been better. It was like inedible, and I was really disappointed. And I felt bad. The staff is probably really nice, but don't go there. Don't go there.
Kiki's. I don't even know if I've ever been there, but it doesn't. I've seen
Hard
them
pass.
around.
Yeah,
hard
it
pass.
was really
The
bad.
one thing too in Ybor, say what you will about the freaks come out at night here, which is true on Friday and Saturday. It gets
Yeah,
wild.
it
Okay,
gets wild. It's scary.
And you almost
Very
yeah, you almost transform into it. though,
biker
'cause we-
gangs everywhere.
but it's more than that. It gets crazy.
Transform into it.
All the
It's like
code-
when you go to a restaurant that smells a certain way, and then you don't realize it, and then you smell that way.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. Yeah, you turn into it.
You turn
the
into
restaurant.
it. But no, we can talk about one of the worst experiences we've had, even though it's a good. We had a pizza review. Maybe you want to fill her in when we went to New York, which is actually a really good pizza
Is it
shop.
one bite? You know the rules. How do you guys do it?
Well, what's
One
that?
bite. Yeah,
When
one
you-
bite. Do you know the
Oh,
rule?
is that
One
a
bite.
Portnoy?
Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
Portnoy gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that it?
Barstool.
Do you guys do that or no?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have, but so this was like actually there's two awesome pizza places. Do Amici obviously takes over. They're just amazing in everything that they do. But New York's a good cheese slice. But we went there and he found a foreign object in his pizza, so it got
No.
wild. And it was like one of our biggest reels that we've ever had because everybody just was hammering on
What?
it.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what it was? It wasn't like a toenail, was it?
It was a pubic hair. It was definitely a pubic hair. Yeah, it was disgusting. It was terrible.
But it was weird because he got 2 slices and he ate those down nice and tipped the guy. So maybe he liked what he saw.
What did you just kind of cut around it?
Oh, no, I just returned
He
it.
looked, stared at me, and he
Took it
goes,
right
how am I
back up
supposed
there.
to fucking eat this?
so-
I lost my
gross.
appetite immediately.
Oh man, that's no good.
Yeah.
So gross.
It was crazy.
Yeah, not good. It was not
What a
good.
wild night. Wild night. It was
Yeah.
wild.
I wish I could think of something that's horrible, but I mean, not just to trash somebody, but like I'm trying to think.
No, we don't mean disrespect. We just want people to save their
Oh,
money,
no,
right?
yeah, exactly. I can't. Can you think of anything?
Well,
off the
you
top?
hate you.
What do I hate? Oh no!
Even I feel bad saying it because our friend works there. But Stone Soup, I want to say it.
Oh,
Stone
I'll say
Soup.
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's
What
new
is this?
ownership now.
Okay.
And actually, Ryan, shout out Ryan at Stone Soup. Like it's new ownership. So the guy basically did this thing online where you sell it to the employees, but there's like a guy that like takes care of the transaction, whatever.
Okay.
But I went there one time and had a Cuban, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's the best Cuban in town."
Oh,
like, whatever.
by the way, have you had a Cuban before?
I haven't had a Cuban.
Oh,
Okay, you got to do
I gotta-
it. It's a
yeah, I
Tampa
have to-
staple. It's like a
Okay.
Tampa sandwich.
and
You gotta
smoke a
have.
good cigar from downtown. No.
Okay.
And so,
That is stupid.
no. But so I ate it, and it was like one of those lunches where I'm not going to eat dinner. It's the only thing that could have been, and I violently puked for
God.
5 hours. The most
No.
volume and most aggressive ever in my life.
It's like Montezuma's
no,
revenge.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right.
no blood vessels in my eyes popped,
Oh,
but
no.
it was one of the worst. And they're trying to church it up now and clean it up a little bit, but under the old ownership, it was a rough one.
That is terrible. If you've never had food poisoning, like food
And I
poisoning
can't blame
is
them.
the
That
worst.
sucks because I've
Yeah.
had probably
Whole
3 or 4
different.
Cubans there, but you can't help but never eat it again. Which
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just gives you a sick thing, like just thinking about it.
Like, did you ever
Like,
have any alcohol that ruined your world when you were younger that you can never drink again because of
Oh,
one
of
night?
course, of course.
Like I don't drink tequila.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
but everyone
exactly.
loves tequila.
You know what I love is rum. I'm a rum
Yeah,
girl.
really?
I love rum. Like I
Really?
went to Barbados and it was like, like the land of rum, and I always get like a skinny mojito because I'm trying to like watch my sugar. But that's like my signature drink. Yeah. What's your signature?
Bourbon on the rocks.
Oh, okay. You're a big bourbon guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I like a spicy margarita.
Oh,
That's
okay.
mine,
A
yeah.
little spicy margarita.
I
Good to
like
know.
tequila, yeah. I'm a tequila guy, but I like vodka or tequila, either one. But
Very cool.
Margarita is my go-to.
I like that. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I say we take a quick break because
Okay.
I want to revamp, and we'll get back on, and we'll go for it there.
All right, here goes. I want to know about, yes, okay. So, all right, so we're back. All right, so McKinzie, one of the other thing you've got going on right now I want to talk to you about because I've seen you post about it is Blonde After Dark.
Yes.
So tell me what this is. What's this project?
Okay, so my baby, it's a YouTube show / podcast.
Okay.
And I started it. It's very fun, flirtatious. It's just everything. We talk about relationships, sex, fashion, fitness,
wow.
cocktails. Kind of like we're doing here, but it's
Hell
mostly
yeah.
girls. So you don't
Okay.
have to be blonde to enjoy it. But it's fun. We do Spin the Stiletto. Season 2 is about to premiere, so that's very exciting.
Okay.
And it's like a baby. It was just a fun project I had. And then when I did the hard news, I was never allowed to do it.
Okay.
So now
Oh,
that
yeah.
I'm free right now, I get to kind of do it and explore and have some fun.
Wow, so you get to, like you were talking about while we were on break, you get to kind of dive into the heads of, I guess, other men, women.
Yes, I do have questions for you guys because this was an interesting statistic because I do all of my research, my hard hitting research from like Cosmo and GQ and men's stuff and Barstool and all those things. Okay, so now men, I feel like these now do not want to get married. They say marriage these days is just for the woman,
Yeah.
and you're married and you're not. I want to know what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean,
Because a lot of people
I
just
would-
have gotten engaged. Like
I would agree. Most men don't want to
Yeah.
get married, and like if I was like that's the other thing too is like if you're single in this day and age, it's got to be you don't want to get married for different reasons than maybe it was before. So like I believe that like the dating apps kills everything.
Okay, why do you
I've
say
never
that?
been on one, but
Yeah.
I've seen
never
all my
been on a
friends.
dating app.
Yeah.
People have stolen my identity, and
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Oh,
McKinsey's
really?
telling
Yeah.
people, so it's kind of scary,
Yeah,
exciting.
that is scary.
Secret safe. No, but no. What I'm saying is like if that's how you're going to first interact with somebody that's 30 plus years old, of course they don't want to get married because it's like, hey, that can come whenever if I find this, that, and the other, and I'll just settle or whatever. So I just think it's the roots of marriage is gone in today's society because I mean, look how we're meeting people. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of people like to become a recluse. Not to say that's not why you're married, Austin, because you probably get right out there and meet a bunch of people. But I just think that we've given it to this digital, hey. I'm just going to say these things, faceless, nameless, and somebody will take it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had to get rejected by 10 people for one person to say, like, yeah, maybe we'll go on a date.
Right. No, what do you think about that?
I would agree. I would say, and I've been married before. And
Okay.
So I've been.
As have I. Yes. So we're the good dish.
Yeah. So after divorced, I'm like, I'm never getting married again. And not that it was bad. Like actually,
Right.
my divorce was very mutual, and we're
Right.
still friends. Everything was good. But
Very cool.
I guess I just don't see what it brings besides just like financially having to split everything
Right.
and everything
Is
going
that
on.
what most men think?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
not
it's
wanting
just
to get married, but
The
when-
whole thing, like, it's just a sheet of paper now. It's just
Yeah.
a sheet of paper that legally says I have to give you half my shit if we break up, or you get half.
That's
my
coming
shit.
for somebody like if you're successful, I can understand that. But I've met a lot of people that aren't successful. They're like, what the fuck are they going
But
to
still,
take?
then what's the
Yeah.
point? I still don't understand
It's
what the
true.
point is. Then what's the
Of
point?
marriage?
Yeah.
Of marriage, you don't understand the institution of like
No.
having accountability both ways, and like you can't be an asshole,
can't
but
we
neither
do
can
that
I.
without being married? Can't we just be
yeah, but
faithful
now-
to each other
It's not
without
that
being
level
married?
of commitment.
Faithful, that's one step.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
one.
it's
Yes.
it's and this is whether you're religious or not. I happen to be, but like in the Christian religion, it's like you're doing an oath in front of God. So like it's another higher level of accountability. So like who's to say then like okay, so just get married, and if you don't have anything, you can always get divorced. Like, what if you have nothing to lose in monetary? Like, I just think it's not only accountability, but like a process of like,
Commitment.
Yeah, a higher
Like, I got
level
your
of
back,
commitment.
and you have my back.
Yes, and you're promising that.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's what I feel. But it's interesting. Most men feel like Austin, and I just thought that was interesting
sure.
these days because, like, my parents are high school sweethearts. That 46 years. I was married to I met my ex when I was 11, and we
Oh, wow.
we went through.
How old was he?
He was 25. No, 13 when we met.
Yeah.
No, but I was married before. I don't know if I'll ever get married again. But it's interesting because I never dated. I was with him for when I was little, and then we got married. And now I'm
Yeah,
like
sure.
when you date. When I was like interesting dating. Now men are so set in their ways, and
Sure,
even all
yeah.
my girlfriends and my bestie.
Well, you know why? Because if you don't do what they like, plenty of fish in the
That's
sea.
true.
Plenty of fish on Hinge, Bumble,
Not like McKinzie.
whatever.
That's true. But you do have to realize men, like the high value woman. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There's
yeah,
a plenty
totally.
of like,
100%.
And so I'm always saying the women that are okay with you doing whatever you want, that's because they're doing whatever they want.
Heck yeah.
So it's just
True
kind of
that.
like you got to find your match.
But
And
it's good for a girl to say
Yeah.
that because a woman usually doesn't say that. In their mind, it's always, I believe, friends of mine that are dating, it's always like, oh, she thinks I'm an asshole. And I'm like, well, dude, you're a scumbag. Like, you know.
See, I appreciate.
She's got you pegged.
I appreciate a dude that like. I think of some men they need a good solid guy to like be like kind of like, dude, like yeah, wake up. Like
Oh, I wasn't saying don't do it. I'm just like, dude, because I hate her too. Yeah.
okay,
No,
no, but I was saying I think that's important. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Would
Okay.
you get married again?
I don't know. I used to think I wanted to, and then I see all these beautiful engagements. Like obviously, same thing on Instagram, and like Tommy
Yeah.
Fury. I'm a big fan of his, and he just got engaged to his beautiful fiance Christian McCaffrey, and like you see all these, even one of the Paul, whatever you think of the Paul brothers, like
Yeah.
Logan Paul, just popped the question,
I
and
saw.
it's like sweet.
Yeah, so potentially you would. If you met the right guy.
Yeah,
and
it
all
had to
that
be.
stuff.
It would have to be one hundo for sure. Yeah.
What a tough situation.
It's very interesting, but you don't want to. I just thought that was interesting these days.
Well, I'm
Like,
glad that you guys are in such good spirits afterwards because that's very rare as well. There's a lot of people that hold a lot of grudges and that, ward off, something else happening in your life that you could say that again.
Well, how do you feel like the dating scene has changed since, like, I guess, since your divorce or since we were, like, in our 20s? You know, you and I are
because
like
I never dated. I was like
Yeah.
married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't. So it's interesting. Like I lived vicariously through my girlfriends and
Okay.
stuff like that. I think it's very, very interesting. What have you experienced?
I mean, I find it difficult.
Yeah. Like,
certainly
okay, so say you go on a first date, what date do you go on when you're like, okay, this isn't it? And then how do you handle it? Do you ghost them? Do you actually say, hey, you know what, this is like, isn't a vibe, we're more friends? Or how do you handle that?
You know,
Because you
I-
seem like a very nice person. How do you handle that?
Well, can I get your back on this from the
Yeah,
outside
please,
looking in?
please.
Well, he really hasn't dated.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, not
it's
much,
just-
yeah.
Are you just like shy or what?
I'm kind of shy. I'm
Well,
a little shy.
and listen, I can appreciate where he's coming from. He grew up in a time where game was different. Now all of a sudden you're 36, 37 years old.
You know I'm 39. I appreciate
And-
that.
You're like
though.
28.
Yeah.
I
But
appreciate
but
that,
here
though.
I'm saying is like next thing you know you're on Hinge and you're looking at all these like jack offs 30 years old like
Yeah.
hey look at these chicks I'm pulling like blah 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 like I think that I don't know if you do dating apps or not, Austin, but like I would think that game is something that you are definitely not prone to. You don't know what the little cut and paste on the
Yeah.
internet that you find to get the girl to say yes quick or match with you or whatever
Right.
or the photographer to take the pictures, however that world goes.
Yeah.
It's a different gimmick for you.
Yeah, I just throw it in Chat GPT and help them find me a girl,
Yeah.
right things to say.
Yeah.
Pretty soon that's going to get it.
Yeah, probably.
How do you meet people? Is it online?
No, I mean just through like
Life.
Yeah, life.
Wow,
Yeah, just
imagine
through
that.
life.
Actually, people
Yeah.
living life and being present. It's kind
Need
of a
to.
cool thing, right?
Well, if you're
yeah.
under 30, good luck. Buckle up because I don't think that exists. Because I've seen a bunch of, they call them like NPCs or whatever, just like you can look right through their eyes. You can tell they're super close to being a cyborg.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
in their phones. Like
true.
I look at it every single place I go. I just look at every single person, under the age of 35, buried in their phones, no matter what's going on. So even if you're on a date or whatever, you're literally here instead of the person that you're on the date with. That's wild.
So disrespectful to me. That's so rude.
You know what?
Right,
That's a
agreed.
skit we should do.
Right?
Yes.
That's a
yeah.
skit we should do. I should start calling those people out, like with a megaphone on the street seating.
You
And be like,
should.
get off your phone, asshole.
Should.
Right,
Especially,
yeah.
I mean, as a woman, I mean, and a man too. You take time to like look nice
Yes,
and
totally.
smell good.
Put
and
your
if he's
favorite sweatpants on and
yeah,
just go.
that's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
you
You can
got
see
these
how we
joggers. He's been
prepared.
preparing and steaming and getting ready for this day today. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you know,
no
and
problem.
someone's just not even paying attention to you. It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
I agree.
that is the thing now. I mean, I see it all the time. Just people just
Terrible.
constantly on their phone at
Terrible.
dinner. It's terrible.
So
terrible
if you don't
thing.
like someone, do you ghost them or are you straightforward and say, hey, you know what?
You know what? And you said you think I'm a nice guy, and that's the part of. And that's the part.
So, like, what's coming after that?
Well, and that's the part that's like hard because I am a nice guy, and like the last thing I want to do is like hurt someone's feelings, but then I end up ghosting them because
Yeah,
like I
because
don't
you don't
know
wanna
what
say-
I don't know what to say, or I don't know how to be like, you know what, I'm not into this, or like
What would you
know.
say the proper thing to say is?
Oh, I would just be like, so if I'm a little bit wrong for the question too, because I'm the guy. Like, here's the thing as well is like this hookup culture online, I would never have partaked in that.
No.
I'm just not down with that.
No.
But like, if you're gonna go on dates or whatever, and like for for him to say. I would just be like, a lot of people do this thing like, listen, let's hang out, but I don't want anything about it, blah, 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 blah. But what I'm saying is like, you got to have fun with it and stuff too, where if like you almost got to poke fun, which sucks, is be like, you're not allowed to like me too much because I'm not going to like you the same way, even though it's not, it's mean. It's just like, unless you only date somebody that you really think you're going to like, is what I would give as a relationship counselor.
I like that. I like that a
You
lot.
tell me what to say. What should I say to a woman?
I was just curious. I'm the same way because I like you want to be really, really nice, but then also do you guys know who Matthew Hussey is? He's a relationship expert. He's British. He's great. Look him up online. But he said you have to X people out that that just aren't it because the one you get to the one faster.
Yeah.
So
then it gets weird. Then it gets weird though because you're Xing somebody out, but it's like tonight gets lonely. I've had a few drinks. Let's hit them up.
Well, it depends what your objective is.
Yeah,
I
for
guess.
sure.
You know what I mean?
But you didn't answer the question directly. So what would I say if I went out with a girl, let's say, and she's like texting me, had a great time, would love to go out again sometime.
But you're not feeling it.
But you're not feeling it.
Feeling it. How do I tell her? How do I tell her I'm not feeling it?
I would honestly praise her and be like, "You're incredible." I mean, she'll sniff through it. But she needs a little something. Like, you're incredible. I just feel more of a friendship vibe. I mean, I don't know.
More of a
How about this? Just say this. Hey, listen. I appreciate last night. We all take swings. You didn't hit a home run on this one.
And then a little baseball
emoji and say nothing wrong with a single. But you're single.
So maybe in between one of those things.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
tough,
In between.
though.
It
It's
is
tough.
tough.
One of the. Have you ever had like a stalker?
Yes, I have.
I need the story behind that.
Oh yeah. Can I say it from my standpoint or?
Sure, yeah, go
So it's a
ahead.
full mark, and of course it's a guy stalker. If there's going to be a stalker on this,
I have a gay guy stalker.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
And he was
does
just
he have
like,
a name or
hey,
a nickname or
Just the guy.
nickname,
Yeah.
the guy.
But
Stalker?
he was
Okay.
like, "Yo, Sean, can I borrow your studio like next Friday night?" I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, this like we call it a Mark, but like in the wrestling biz, I'm not even in the wrestling biz. Like this guy wants to go whatever, and I'm not meeting him at my house."
Okay.
And I'm like, well, "Tell me more." And he's like, "Oh, well, he's gonna pay me like $3,000 to take him around the city." And I'm like, "So you want to get raped in my place?"
Oh, I know. Red flag.
Yeah, basically, this guy hit me up who was like,
But
a fan
anyway-
of my Tampa Instagram channel.
Okay.
He's like, I'm coming into town, and I want you personally to give me a tour of
Escort.
like the city, and
Okay.
all the best places and all that stuff.
And he's like, I'll pay you $3,000.
I have that's my budget, $3,000, and I want you to basically take me around. And at first, I was like, $3,000 for a few hours to
Of
just drive
course.
this guy around? Why not? But then, like, the messages just kept coming, and like
Oh,
when
yeah.
I didn't respond fast enough, where are you? What are you doing? And like, kind of like almost like you're my girlfriend
Yeah,
type of
like,
thing.
And I'll just tell the story. Ended long story short, he took the money, sent a dick pic. It's over.
That's not true. That's not
Bada
true.
bing, bada bing.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Did you
but-
get the money?
No, I didn't. I didn't
I
do
want
it.
to know about that.
Yeah, I just ended up blowing the whole thing off and just.
Can I ask you guys, what
Yeah.
do men think that is going to happen when they send a DP?
Boy.
You know,
it's
it doesn't
so funny,
seem like a
to
good
a
idea.
random person. That
Well,
just
what do I
like,
think would happen if she's going to show all her girlfriends? Because if she sends me a picture of tits, I'm showing everybody.
That's what I'm curious though. Like when a man
But,
like
yeah.
sends, what does he expect? I
I
think
don't
it's so
know.
crazy.
I've honestly never done that.
Do
I've never
girls
done
ever
that.
think like, he really is? It's one of those nights, and you know what? I'm going to send some, titty pics, and then do girls actually think they're not getting to his friends immediately?
No, yeah, I don't know. I've never done that.
Okay,
I've never done
but-
that. But what we do though is we do show all our friends and we laugh. So just so you
Yeah,
know.
Yeah. That's
Because
what I'm
again,
saying.
it's the caliber of dude. You come on.
I don't think girls think that's attractive. Like I don't
No,
think. I don't
they
think that would
don't.
turn them on. So I've never done it. I would.
And
think it's a bad
that's
idea.
just cut and pasted from the internet 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm pulling Tommy Lee's picture and just sending that all
Every
around.
single time. Every single no. I feel like girls love a guy who makes her laugh. Like guys score. You've seen guys. You're like, how did he score her? It's because he's funny.
That I've always.
It's
My
true.
my ex-wife used to always say, "Girls f funny." They want to do funny.
Yeah,
that's
it's true.
what they're into.
Make us laugh.
Yep.
Well, I got my wife somehow. It wasn't
you
on
go.
my good looks. So.
Yeah, that's true. That is
You
true.
guys are funny, so you got it. You got it going on.
Well, awesome. Well, tell us a few more things about what you got going on before we head out of here. Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, just follow me on Instagram if you would at McKinzie Roth. And yeah, Blonde After Dark season 2 is coming. Hopefully, I'll be in a market near you. Look for me on TV. selling cars,
Yes.
having some fun, and then our travel, maybe the travel show, maybe doing some news anchoring down on the beach because I'm a beach girl, so I want to.
Nice. What's your favorite beach in Tampa Bay? Do you have a specific one you go to?
I don't. What should I go to? I don't really have. I mean, Clearwater Beach is beautiful, but where would you guys recommend?
I'm a St.
Saratoga or
St. Pete.
Sarasota.
Yeah, St. Pete
Sarasota.
Beach.
I do love Siesta Key. Oh, I love Siesta Key.
Siesta Key is beautiful.
I mean,
Great.
Clearwater, you can go there if you want to like black out and walk
It's
down
more
and
touristy,
shipwrecked
I
at
would
the
say.
end.
Okay.
I would say it's more touristy, but St. Pete
Yeah.
Beach, it's like more quiet.
I like that a lot.
So
And you know what? Check out Isla Mirada. My aunt has a place in the Keys, and that's a really cool hidden gem.
Yes.
So you got to
totally.
check that out too.
Awesome.
All right.
Will do.
And when you come back to Tampa, we're gonna have her on again. The energy is wild in here
Yeah,
today.
we
That's
love
right.
it. Yeah,
Feels
thanks for
good.
coming on so
Feels
much.
good. And thank you for preparing
Yes.
so far in advance for me.
Always, of course.
This
Announcing
guy.
you're the man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Austin, where can
I'm
we-
going to show off this ink one more time.
Oh,
because
yeah.
look
Thank
how
you.
cool this looks.
Is that nice or what?
I'm
And that guy took
impressed.
his time out of his day for you, and it took a long time, and it was cheap, right?
Oh, yeah. I wish.
Well, he got that $3,000.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
It went straight to the tattoo.
Where can we find you?
Tampa is life, tampaislife.com.
You can find me at 2213 East 6th Avenue. You know it's the gimmick. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we have comedy shows. Vintage_gimmick on Instagram, and you already know. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the What's Good Tampa Show. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at What's Good Tampa Show, or visit what'sgoodtampa.com to get involved with the show. See you next time.